Getting your kids to eat healthy feels impossible, right? I've been there for a long time. And after lots of trial and error and epic fails, I think we're in a pretty good place. So today I'm just sharing 10 simple changes that I made in order to get my kids to ingest something that isn't a Dorito. I first want to say, if you're a person who's like, I really want to make lifestyle changes, and I tried to implement some stuff and my kids are just like losing their minds, don't worry, I had that moment too. And we had a few times like that. It's normal. It's normal. Your kids have been eating the same things for years. They're comfortable with it. They have their safe foods. And suddenly you just pull the rug out from under them and you're like, no, we can't eat that. It's poison. And the kids are like, but what? You gave it to me before. We were allowed to eat it before. Why can't we eat it now? That leads me into my first tip. And that is just that patience is key. So it may take time, and you need to give yourself grace and give your kids grace and slowly implement changes. And I understand that even just switching out their snacks like 1 week and saying, we're not going to eat seed oils anymore, we're going to try and cut down on those, there is going to be some pushback, or maybe not, maybe because I don't know, but there might be some pushback as to, what that's going to look like. And just bear with it. Over the last 4 years, we've really focused slowly, really slowly focused on this. It took me a lot of learning and understanding kind of how we wanted to eat to kind of get to the point that we're trying to eat what I'd say real foods and avoid the processed things as much as possible. It's not perfectly possible. There's going to be processed foods in our house. And try and get out of those processed sugars. But it's amazing how many of these things are in things. So give yourself grace, give yourself time, and give your kids grace and give them time. And if you feel like you're going to pull your hair out and they're like, there's no food in the house. That was my favorite. My son, 7 years old, there's no food in the house. There is food. We have apples, we have bananas, we have fruit, we have cheese, we have meats. There are items that we can eat. They're just not the items that you're used to. They're not your cheese crackers or Ritz crackers. And that's okay. And so stand strong, mom or dad. You got this. Just be patient. And eventually you can find some things, work together and find some things that they do like. And so that leads me into tip number 2. Okay, so one of the ways that I've gotten my kids to eat healthier is by offering them foods that they already love. Kid-friendly food, right? And I know we don't all have a million hours in the day. And I know especially some of you have reached out and said, I just don't have that kind of time because I'm a working mom and I want to eat better, but I don't have the time to plan. I don't have the time to shop. I don't have the time to cook for hours. And I get it. I totally get it. And that's why I'm super excited to partner with Hungry Root today. So Hungry Root is a grocery delivery service, but they do it a little bit differently than when you have to go through and pick out all of your groceries. You fill out a quiz on hungryroot.com that talks all about your family, your preferences, whether you have kids, because yes, they have hundreds of kid-friendly recipes. You can actually search by that. You can also choose things like, I try to avoid seed oils. I like to eat grass-fed, things that are important to me, right? Everything on Hungry Root's website is high fructose corn syrup free and free of artificial dyes and preservatives. So you don't even have to worry about that part. And the recipes that you do get to choose from all come together in less than 15 minutes. So it is super simple. And you don't just have to choose recipes. You can go through, you can choose kid-friendly recipes. You can search by organic, you can search by grass-fed. That's some of the stuff that I do because I already have you know me, I'm cooking, I got recipes. But you can pick the recipes, you can choose to just shop via Hungry Root, and it's really simple, and you know that everything on there is already going to be in those categories that you like and you enjoy, and you can actually search by any sort of dietary need that you have and get your groceries delivered in a box to make things super easy for you through the week. Hungry Root is a service that I've used in the past, especially when I was pregnant with Ben, and I was just I just need some food delivered to my house to make it simple. I can't even think about recipes. It was such an amazing use of the product. But today, Hungry Root's even better than it was then. There are over 1,500 15-minute recipes. Again, like I said, kid-friendly. So what I did was I went through this time and I searched for the things that matter to us. So we were able to get a bunch of snacks. So they even have, look at this. Look at all this great stuff. They even have snacks that fit our preferences. My kids are obsessed with these Soli bars. They are amazing. They're just fruit. They're organic fruit, and they're like a little fruit leather. And this is like a special treat for them. And then these are amazing meat sticks that we love. 0 sugar, 100% grass-fed beef. My kids love these as a protein snack. And not only is Hungaroo going to help you out with dinners, but they also do lunches and breakfasts. So I was able to snag some of our favorite Purely Elizabeth granola. Now, a lot of times I don't buy it, I do make it, but not everybody has the time to make it. Like, I get it. So this is an amazing way to add some granola to your diet, and I'll show you what else I got for breakfast. So, spoiler alert, it all goes together. We got some buns. These are great. I've never even heard of this brand. Okay, so this is Silver Hill Sprouted Power Organic Burger Buns. There's 6 buns in here. I was shocked when I looked up the ingredients in these because I'm pretty picky about what's going to be in my burger buns, and these checked all of the boxes. So I was super excited that these are on Hungaroo. This is the burger buns that they use. They are fantastic. Like I said, we're already picking things that are healthy and that the kids like. Burger buns, you can only guess we're going to make cheeseburgers, which is our burgers. My older son doesn't like cheese, but things that he already likes. And then we're just going to switch out maybe for a healthier bun. So Hungaroo isn't just going to deliver packaged items, but also things like apples. These are organic apples. I ended up getting 2 bags of these because my kids love them, especially with a little bit of peanut butter with a snack. Again, take something that they already enjoy, like an apple. See if you can add a little peanut butter to it, maybe a little sprinkle of chocolate chips to make it like a sweet treat. And there's a healthy snack instead of a bag of chips. Not saying there's anything wrong with a bag of chips. There are chips that we like. Just some healthy alternatives to what you may be eating. Organic kiwis. My kids love kiwis. This is such a treat for them. For breakfast, I got the Nancy's Greek yogurt with probiotic. This is an organic Greek yogurt. This is great stuff. So you mix this with a little bit of kiwi and some granola as a breakfast, and this is amazing for you. I was just hearing that one of the best things you can eat basically for like glucose spikes in the morning is actually Greek yogurt and fruit. The 2 things work really well together. I'm not like a scientist about it, but they work really well together to make your glucose not spike. And you're getting protein in, and you're getting all the antioxidants in the fruit, so it's really just incredible. So yeah, that's something that you can choose through Hungaroo. My kids love yogurt and granola. Meant to turn the lights on in here. But I mean, groceries, so many groceries. Take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, you're gonna get 40% off your first box, plus a free item in every box for life. Click the link below or go to hungaroo.com and use code mealswithmaria. That's 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life at hungaroo.com with code mealswithmaria. So yes, Hungaroo is an amazing option to help guide you towards kid-friendly foods that are gonna hit all the boxes that you're looking for. But really that tip is pretty broad. So it's like focus in on the meals that they already like and then find what works, switching things out. Like if your kids like spaghetti and meatballs, maybe you're not buying the store brand spaghetti anymore and you're switching over to the jovial rice pasta or a high protein pasta, something that works for you, whatever your lifestyle or diet is. And maybe you're just like shredding in some carrots into that sauce so they don't even notice, but something that they already enjoy, and then presenting it to them, the chances are going to be much higher that they're going to be happy with the changes that you're making. And then just try something new like once a week. My next big tip is smoothies. So smoothies are an amazing way to get the greens into your kids. And when I say greens, I don't even mean greens. Sometimes they're whites. My kids love to put frozen cauliflower in their smoothies. It kind of bulks them up, gives them almost like an ice creamy type flavor style, but you're gonna end up getting all the nutrients of cauliflower. So you can do that with frozen cauliflower, frozen broccoli, frozen spinach. You can put any of those things in a smoothie with a frozen banana and milk or almond milk, whatever you choose. You can do a scoop of protein powder, again, chocolate or vanilla. That's gonna make it taste like ice cream. So now they're getting their protein in. I recommend the Naked protein. That's my absolute favorite. It's not sponsored or anything, but it's my favorite protein, so I always want to talk about it. It's only 3 ingredients and it's super clean, grass-fed whey. It's so good. And it's actually one of the only ones that I actually enjoy. So you do the protein powder, you do some cauliflower, a banana, whatever fruits that they want to put in there. I also like chia seeds in there so they get their omega-3s and maybe some flax seeds if you have them. Both of those things are going to give them omega-3 fatty acids that we don't really get enough of in our diet on a regular basis, especially kids. And you've got yourself this superfood blend that they're ingesting. And yes, I would love for them to just be eating these things as they are. But the reality of it is, if you can disguise it as an ice cream or a treat, they're more likely to eat it. And they're actually going to get the nutrients that they need. So I started introducing smoothies, and it has been a complete game changer. The fourth thing I did was I went out and I got a few cookbooks from people that I respected that had like family. So this is Food Babe Family. Love this cookbook. I'll put it in my Amazon store. And I let the kids go through and then like tag things that they were interested in trying. And this really got them involved in the eating process. And this is actually how the smoothie thing all started, because there's a bunch of smoothies in here. And my 7-year-old was like, oh, I have to try those. And he actually follows the recipes, or now he's made his own recipes, but he started by, and this is how we all start cooking, right? Following someone else's recipe. So he started by following the recipes in this book. He would take out all the ingredients, make them himself. I'm so proud of him for doing this. And that's how he became what I call my smoothie king. So, but now that, they request some things from these books, and they still have some things they're looking forward to having, especially in the dessert section. So that leads me into number 5, is which I added chocolate when I could. These are a couple of the chocolate options that I really like. The Hu baking chips. These are paleo and sweetened with coconut sugar. And these Enjoy Life chocolate chips. These are great for adding to like mini muffins and stuff. These do have a cane sugar in them, but they're very simple ingredients. They're literally cane sugar, unsweetened chocolate, and cocoa butter. So it doesn't get much simpler than that. I actually encourage cutting up an apple, putting a little peanut butter on there, and some chocolate chips. I introduced dates stuffed with chocolate and chocolate chips, and dates stuffed with butter and chocolate chips, which actually tastes like a chocolate chip cookie. It's incredible. If you haven't tried it, you got to try it. And so it made them a little bit adventurous trying the dates. Now they love dates. It wasn't like a first, again, patience, right? It wasn't like a first, like, oh, yes, must try the date. They were like, what is that? I don't know about that. And then they gave it a shot and they ended up liking it. So be patient, and then also add chocolate. Patience and chocolate. That's all that life is all about. For number 6, I made treats and I tried to make it exciting. This is another thing that's gonna roll into the patience. I switched out things like the squeeze yogurts. Like they like the squeeze yogurts from Stonyfield. I thought we're doing the right thing. They're organic. They're high in added sugars, and I really wanted to focus on cutting down their added sugars. So I switched that out for a bowl of Greek yogurt with some naturally sweetened jam. And it's become something that they really enjoy for breakfast. It wasn't like the overnight smash hit, but it was something that we took something that they used to eat and then created something new. We even attempted to make some goldfish, which is something that was a fun thing that they loved. I don't love the idea of making goldfish. Like, I didn't think it was worth it because you had to like clip all these little things. But hey, again, we were cooking together. We were having fun. We were trying to switch out something that they already liked with something that I was comfortable with having. And we've talked about then just making maybe just crackers out of that dough, because we like the dough. We just don't like making all the little tiny goldfish things. Other trades I've made is within their school snacks. So I always used to buy them just like packaged school snacks. We keep those separate so they don't eat them at home, so that saves us money. So they know they take them on trips and stuff. But I switched that out for, like, instead of the Smart Pop, they get these little popcorns, and chips, they can have these Siete avocado oil chips. And these aren't like, I'm saying how to get your kids to eat healthy. This isn't like veggie time. But it is a way to avoid those canola oils and vegetable oils and switch out for something that's a little bit better in coconut oil and avocado oil. So they still get little bags of chips. They still feel, included. I just try to make it a little bit easier on us to try and switch out some things that, like, yeah, they were shocked when they couldn't eat their Ritz crackers anymore. And so we try to make it easier and better. Number 7 is I took things that they love and I just started making my own, because there just really isn't an alternative at the store, or the ones that there are just expensive. Things like bagels, my kids love bagels for breakfast. I just started making my own sourdough bagels. They look forward to it. I do a double batch twice a month. Make it simple on myself as much as possible, but just switch out the things that they already enjoyed for things that I feel really good about, like a sourdough homemade bagel with organic flour. Like, it doesn't get better than that. I started air frying my own croutons with sourdough bread, and just started making my own sourdough bread so that we can use that with butter, which is something that they've really enjoyed. This one has required more patience. I've tried really hard to work on making my own dressing. So my kids love ranch dressing. Like, they want the Aldi ranch dressing that I've buying for years. So I've been working on making one with like an avocado oil mayo combined with a yogurt that tastes pretty good. So everyone's like, it took a little while, like, where's my dressing? Now we have one that we like, but we had to, try a few different recipes until we got it right. And the 8th thing I did, which may seem like counterintuitive now, was I actually got less creative. So my kids like either cucumbers or sliced carrots dipped in ranch dressing for their, that's the type of vegetables that they like. They like, one of them likes broccoli. They like salad with ranch dressing. They love Caesar salad. I just decided to be less creative with the vegetables and then focus in on the vegetables that they did like. So this kind of goes back in with number 2 of picking meals that they like. And this is kind of like picking sides that they like. And just like kind of getting out of my own head about like, I want to try something new, or this looks good, or you should enjoy this because this is Parmesan roasted. Like, they don't. That's okay. We can try new things every once in a while, but I really focused on just how am I going to serve them the veggies that they do enjoy in the way that they enjoy them more often. So I got less creative with vegetables, but for number 9, I got more creative with desserts. So I found ways to put extra protein or sweet potatoes into things that I was baking. So this means that we're focused in on using bananas and natural sweeteners to sweeten my baked goods versus cane sugar. I always had, and still do, it's in the cabinet, big box of cane sugar. And that's how I've always made my baked goods. But it turns out that's a lot of sugar for a child. The average adult should only have about 25 grams of added sugar a day. Which is not a lot. So you start making baked goods like that and you put a half a cup in, a full cup in, 2 cups in, it adds up. So I started getting a little bit more creative and offering things more often that were dessert items, like making sweet potato brownies, putting them in my brownie case, and then my son saying, hey, can I have a brownie? And I said, yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, go for it. Hey, can I have a brownie? It's 10 a.m. Sure, go for it. Because I know that that's a naturally sweetened brownie. I made it with sweet potatoes. I made it with maple syrup. I made it from the heart. But it's something that he can enjoy, and it feels like an indulgent treat. So now I'm the hero. And I know that he's eating something with nutrients that has natural ingredients that makes him feel like he's getting a special treat when he's really actually getting sweet potatoes. The same thing with muffins, just using bananas in all my muffins in my baking. And, I'm just slowly working it out, where I'm just trying to find different ways to include vegetables and natural sweeteners in my baking so that baked goods seem like a special treat, but they're actually something that's healthy. Next up, I can't wait to try avocado brownies. The 10th thing I did was just making sure that I was always fully packed and stocked with snacks on the go. So this making sure that we have healthy snacks for the car when we're going places, because my kids are in baseball, they're in clubs, they have appointments, and when we're out and about, they are inevitably, I'm hungry. And don't get me wrong, they still enjoy a Dunkin' Donut from time to time. Like, we are not perfect, and I'm not going to deprive them 100% of the time. You can, but that's the life we're living. But I want to make sure that I have things on the go, so that one thing is I'm not spending money. I mean, I've always cared about that. But the next thing is just to make sure that we always have something so that they can eat something that is nutritious and delicious on the run, and that they feel good about it and I feel good about it. So I'm not caught off guard. And again, there will be times I'm caught off guard, but it's definitely something that has helped us tremendously. I really hope that these tips have helped you come up with some ideas for your own household, for your own kids, and also just make you feel better about the fact that, like, if you are trying to switch things out and you're like, my kids are crazy, like they're so upset with me, this is stressful, you're not alone. That's okay. It's just part of the journey. You know, blame the food companies, man, not your fault. But I mean, no, we don't need victim mentality. We can do this. You are a strong mom. You are in control. You're doing the best thing for your kids. I'm so incredibly proud of you for even taking this journey, even taking on the idea of taking away their precious Doritos. Imagine. And I'm not trying to be sarcastic. Like, it stinks. Like, I wish the Doritos were something that I could give to them and be like, yeah, eat up, made of carrots. But that's not the world we live in. So we need to be tougher than we've ever been before. And I'm so proud of you. You are doing an amazing job. And if you want to see 10 things that I'm not buying anymore and what I'm making instead, go ahead and watch this next video.